to be an updated face routine video, and I'm saying a face routine because no matter what foundation, powder, bronzer, primer, anything I use, this is the routine I follow, and this is how I apply those products. I'm doing this because a lot of things have changed. I use so many different products than I used 6 months ago, a year ago, and it's all just changed, and I feel like it's time to update. So like I said, no matter what foundation, powder, no matter what products I use, this is the same routine that I follow. So if you would like to see what that is, then please keep on watching. First things first, I have already washed my face. I used my Alba Botanica exfoliating scrub this morning because it was my day to exfoliate my skin. But you can use whatever you want to use, whatever you like and helps keep your skin clean and beautiful looking. But you really just want to make sure you are getting the dirt off of your skin so you're not trapping that in your pores. Then you want to moisturize, and I use the Ultra Repair cream from First Aid Beauty. And then I applied my eye cream. Right now I'm using the Burt's Bees Radiance Eye Cream. Not my favorite, but it's what I have, so I'm using it up. So a new step that I've recently added in is using this Urban Decay Naked Skin Illuminating Beauty Balm. This has an SPF of 20 in it, and it is DNA damage reducing, optical blurring, and oil-free. So I've been using this as my primer, and it really does help reduce the look of pores and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't necessarily fill them in like the POREfessional would, but it does help to blur them. And I purchased the illuminating one because on a day-to-day basis it would be something nice just to make my skin look healthy and hydrated and whatnot. It does have a little bit of a shimmer to it because it is illuminating, but I don't want to say that it's like glitter, because it's not really glitter, it's just a little bit of a shimmer. Like, I don't know if you can see that my fingers are kind of shiny. So the other primer I have been using is the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, or Skin Smoother Base, something like that, and it is like a balm. And I've discovered that I don't like this all over my face, so what I've been doing is I just take a little bit on my ring finger, like the smallest amount, and just kind of press that into the areas where I have issues with my pores being visible. So like right here on my cheeks near my nose, and then on my nose, and then up onto my forehead as well. So really, I just have a problem with my pores in my T-zone, and that's where I apply this. So then, normally for foundation, I kind of plunk it on my face and blend it in with my Beauty Blender, but today I am using my Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation, which I do not like applying with my Beauty Blender. I prefer using a brush with this because it is so thick. So I just squirt some onto the back of my hand and do the same kind of placing it on my skin method. Then I buff this in with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, so I just kind of stipple and blend as I go. And I really work this into my skin and push it in, and it blends very well with this brush. So now moving on to concealer, and first I'm going to use the Rimmel Ready Set Gorgeous in the shade Fair. This is going to go under my eyes to cover any dark circles, and then I'm going to pull it down to highlight that area. And I know that looks like a lot, but this is a very thin consistency concealer, so it's not as much as it looks. Then I'm going to use this to highlight as well. As you know, normally I use my my Pro Longwear concealer, but I'm giving that a break and using this one. So far, this has been very drugstore heavy, I think. So that is how I highlight my face. Then to blend out my concealer, I use the pointed end of my Beauty Blender, no matter what concealer I use. And then I just pounce that back and forth And I blend under my eyes in a kind of triangular motion. So sort of Kim Kardashian-esque, but just really to highlight that area. And I just go all over my face. So then for any regular concealing that I have to do, I have been using the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer. This is in the shade 230 Fair. But even though these say that they are the same color, this is a heck of a ton lighter than this. This is actually pretty close to my regular skin tone. So I take this just kind of around my nose because that is where most of my redness will peek through throughout the day. And then just over this spot of really heavy like acne scarring. And right here as well. And then I will take the opposite end of my Beauty Blender, so the flat end, and just kind of pounce over that to make sure that it gets nice and blended in. Then, obviously, to set under my eyes, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder on my Real Techniques setting brush, and I just kind of press that in. And just to make sure there's no creasing going on, I kind of sweep it back and forth under my eye. So I just set pretty much that whole area around the orbital bone. So then for powder for the rest of my face, I use the Coty Airspun Loose Powder. This is available pretty much everywhere. I think it's only like $5 or $6 at Walmart, and you get this huge tub of it that will last forever. And to apply that, I use my Duo Fiber Face Brush from Real Techniques. And just kind of really gently sweep that on my face. I do set this foundation because I set all of my foundations. And I just feel like sometimes, even though I have normal to dry skin, if I don't set my face with a powder, the foundation does not wear as well on my skin, I guess. I just have a hard time sometimes with foundation lasting on my skin if I do not set it with a powder. So now, recently I've been using a couple of products to achieve my desired contoured look with my face. And the first one is this Sephora brand Sol de Rio Matte Bronzing Powder. This is limited edition, but if you have Hoola from Benefit, this is very similar in color and texture. This may be a hair lighter than Hoola, but it's pretty much the same. So first I go in with this and my Real Techniques multitask brush. And I start with my cheekbones. I kind of suck in my face a little bit. And just start at the top of my ear and work my way to about the corner of my eye. And then I blend upwards. Just to really make it soft. This really helps to warm up the face as well as contour when I do it this way. Then I also take it up around my hairline, and I do blend it into the shaved part of my hair, just because it helps blend it better, and if I don't, I end up with a weird line, so... Oh, and I am going to I've decided let this grow out, I think. I'm not 100% positive, but I think I'm going to let it grow out. So once I have done that, I go... and just down around my jawline. And then I do take it down my neck as well. So the second product that I use is this MAC Sculpting Powder in the shade Sculpt. This is very cool toned. It's almost a taupey color. And I use my Real Techniques contour brush to apply this. And how I apply this is I do keep this quite far back on my face. So I do start the same way, but I only come to about here with this and then really start to blend it out. And I do blend it forward, but I don't add any more product. I just keep blending the product. So then around my jawline, again, I keep it quite far back and really just take it around the corners of my jawline, I guess, because your face doesn't really have corners, right? And then again, I do the same thing around my forehead, Keep it mainly towards the temples and really close to the hairline. Really making it sure to blend, and I do take it a little bit underneath here as well. And then I switch to a smaller brush. It really doesn't matter which one. And then I contour my nose with this as well. Just like that. For my highlighter today, I'm using Mary Luminizer from The Balm and a Real Techniques Duo Fiber Brush, because Duo Fiber brushes pick up less product, and when you apply this, you need none of this. So I just kind of dip the bristles, tap off the excess, and then hit the high points of my face. So the cheekbones, center of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, my chin, and then I tap a little bit with my finger and go on my Cupid's bow, and then blend that with the brush. So first for blush, I always apply the Benefit Rockateur blush because this is probably my favorite blush I have ever owned in life, and I really love this color. It looks so good on me. Specifically, I think it's very beautiful on fair skin tones, period. And to apply that, I use my Real Techniques blush brush. And I just smile and start at the apples of my cheeks and work that back. Just like that. Now, some days I leave it at that, but most days I pick a shade out of my BH Cosmetics Glamourish blush palette, and it's normally this one or this one. Today I'm going to take the purpley one and just kind of swirl my brush in it. And really mainly just kind of apply it to the apples of the cheeks, but still blending back. So my last final step of my face, which I learned from Nicole Guerrero, she takes a Duo Fiber brush and just kind of goes over everything and blends and makes sure there are no harsh lines or anything. So that's what I'm doing. Just kind of lightly, gently running over everything to make sure it all blends together. So, and that is pretty much how I apply my face makeup every day, no matter what I'm using. And when I am completely done with my makeup, done my eyes and everything, I spray my face down with Fix Plus. But that is my updated face routine. I did do my brows. I do have a full brow video and all that kind of stuff. I debated putting it in the video or not, but I didn't. I do have a full brow video, so go check that out. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.